Hey everyone, Lee Goldstein here for 10-minute trades with our best trades of the week. And this was a volatile week. You never know when the next tweet's going to come and make the market move 800 ticks up and down, over and out. Let me show you some of the craziness that we experienced this week. It was a lot of fun, challenging, and members made money. Hang on, let me show you. So we started out very early in the week with McDonald's earnings using Thinkorswim charts, TradingView, free version. Our software puts orders on the chart. McDonald's, you could see the price shoots down and then chops around. I got very impatient. I thought the trade was going to reverse or not hit my target. You could see I moved my targets up, made them smaller. Then I hit our combine button because it was 15 seconds. And really, usually these trades shoot into the target and make money right away. I thought that I had missed the trade, so I shrunk my targets, and I didn't make nearly the amount of money that everybody in the trade room. There I am being impatient, and the second I'm impatient, the price explodes to the downside, easily hitting all the targets. Members who were patient made a couple of $100 instead of 25, which was my trade. It's not always about what we at 10-minute trades make in the room. It's about you, and it's about our members, and I'm happy to report almost all the members that traded McDonald had very profitable trades. We had a small profitable trade, but nevertheless, the moves is there. The moves are there. We always expect McDonald's to work. It was negative earnings, and you could see the price shot down. And remember, we're not trading McDonald's stock. We're trading the futures. Okay, let me show you a really interesting earnings trade that every now and then the market gives you a gift and you have to just smile and take it, because there's plenty of times the market just takes money away. This was a challenging setup. You saw we had Qualcomm, Microsoft, and Meta. We ignored Qualcomm because they were releasing exactly when Microsoft was coming. What happened was I got filled before there was an actual earnings move. And if you see what happened here, the luck of the market filled me on the long side. Let me show you what happened. Earnings are due out at 4 o'clock. I got filled. I take that back. Earnings are due out almost 40 seconds after 4 o'clock. And if you notice what happened, I got filled right there. The earnings weren't out yet. The price of the stock had not yet exploded in any direction, but I was filled long. Then the earnings came out, it exploded to the upside, and we had a huge earnings trade, over $600 in profits. Sometimes the market gives you a little bit of luck, and I was lucky in that. You saw it again there. I was filled before the earnings came out, or before the real move took place, and I was filled in the right direction. So when the market exploded, I was able to get very, very sweet profits. That was the Microsoft trade. Okay, then after that move, the Meta trade, it actually looks a lot like Microsoft. Now we study the times that these earnings come out. Meta was about 30 to 40 seconds after Microsoft. There's our orders on the chart. It's just a big explosion to the upside, and it only hit our first target. So it was a reasonably small but profitable trade, over $100, $150 to be exact. Originally, I couldn't believe it wasn't a giant profit, but then I realized when you look at the move, it hit the first target. There's the stock move. You can see it as I'm pulling back here to show you the actual move. It hit the first target, and then it pulls right back. That's why it wasn't a monster trade. It didn't keep going. There it is, hit the first target, pulled back. Our stop is moved into safety, meaning if it hit the first target, my stop moves to entry so that I don't lose money if it reverses. And that's exactly what Meta did. It reversed after hitting our first target. Microsoft was actually a bigger move. It moved in one direction much further. That's why the profit was quite bigger on Microsoft. And finally, I've got two more for you. You've seen the U.S. jobs report many times in our trade of the week. It's often been a best trade of the week. But I will say that as of late, over the past 6 months, it has been trading with much more difficulty. And that is sometimes the way things go with trades. They change. They're not always exactly the same month after month after month. Sometimes you go through strange periods. Well, we had a very special DMM, a daily trade report. We had 3 setups because many reports, you could have 5 different instruments that will work and be profitable, or 5 different instruments that might not work and be losing trades. But we try to pick the best ones. We had gold, risk 4, by the way, big stop, 75 ticks. We had MNQ, a brand new setup just for this volatility of this week. And we also had our normal bond trade. So we had bonds all the way on the right. We had MNQ in the center. We had gold on the left. 3 prop accounts, all different. I had Apex, I had Bullnox, 2 different Bullnox accounts. I was willing to take the risk in all my well-performing Bullnox accounts. They're not funded, but they're all very close now. The move comes out. I could see the data feed froze a little bit in Apex, but everything worked fine. We had an instant over $800. On the MNQ, our breakout worked perfectly, almost $100 profit in a couple of seconds. And then bonds, you could see, took a while. It immediately hit our first target, then it chopped around a bit. Eventually, we were able to move our stop to safety right about here, right there. And then bonds pulled back a bit, but we still had a profit because remember, it hit our first target. Then we moved our stop to safety, protecting the profit. So that was the NFP, and that was 10-minute trades results, but our members also had fabulous results. One of our favorite traders, Langford from Anguilla, he was trading in his prop account, Bullnox, $440 profit. And I believe that was, let me check the instrument, that was the YM. He also traded the RTY with it also over $400 profit for Bullnox. And then on the non-farm, he also traded, so he traded 3 different prop accounts, Lilu, and he traded the RTX over $700 profit. Awesome trading. And thank you very much, of course, for sending us your screenshots. Langford, we always appreciate it. And then Doc from the Villages sent us a simple little shot showing, it's hard to see, over $1,500. He qualified. That was a $25,000 Apex account. He saw the $1,500 profit, closed out the account for qualification, turns it into a PA account. And then he also sent us his video on that report. I always enjoy watching Doc's videos. He traded the ES in that Apex account. You could have traded the ES. You could have traded the NQ, the MNQ. The price explodes up, pulls back big time. He's showing a profit. It actually went negative for a second after being very profitable and not filling a target that it went through, which happens in these volatile markets. Now he's up to 700, 800, 600, 800. You know, you have to have skills to stay in these trades and not give up just because they're choppy. Doc's been doing this a long time, and this, as I said, was his $25,000 Apex account. And you could see he's just being patient, price is positive, and then by the time he shuts it down, there it is, $1,500. He qualified for a PA account with that trade. Thanks, Doc, for the video. So everyone, what an awesome end to the week. But here's the best part. We're experimenting, or one of the most fun parts, we're experimenting in our trade room with end-of-the-day trades. Lots of members have submitted testing that they're doing on an end-of-the-day trade for the ES or the MNQ. And I took today's end-of-the-day trade in one of my prop accounts, and I traded it on the MNQ, an instant doubling of the profits on that profit count on the end of the day trade. Exploded up. You could see the time was 3:50 right before the market closed. Market on close orders are actually what helps those trades work. And just a really interesting trading week. Lots of volatility, always lots of winning trades, always lots of challenging trades in these tariff markets, we call them, but plenty of great winners, and lots of members made money, which is always the name of the game. You want to join us, you want to learn how to do this, so take advantage of our offer in this email, and you could learn. We're dying to teach you how to do this, so click the link, and we'll see you in the trade room next week. Lee Goldstein for 10 Minute Trades. Hope you enjoyed this video. The best trades of the week. See you soon.